Apple Intelligence is here. Let me say something real quick before we even get into these settings. Siri is not just that cute little voice that used to mispronounce your cousin's name and set a timer for your chicken. That is the old story. What we are looking at now is something different. Siri is becoming the front door to Apple Intelligence. And Apple can call it convenience all they want, but it's everything but that. They can call it personalization. They can call it a smarter assistant, but I need regular people because this is what I call the AI creep, if you will. I need regular people, especially those who are not tech people, to understand, even if you dislike AI, you don't like AI, you have your quarrels with AI, that is fine. And this is what I talk about when AI is going underground. And mind you, this is coming from a person who's in tech, who's in AI, but I am more on the ethical side of it, the understanding there needs to be a balance within these worlds. And you can say all you want that you're not into AI and not doing it, but you are opting in by default and you don't even know it. When your phone says, allow Siri to learn from this app, this is not just a harmless little sentence. Learn from this app, learn what? Learn my behavior, learn what I open, learn what I search, learn what I share, learn what I listen to, learn what I ignore, learn what I almost bought, learn what time I move, learn what app I use when I'm stressed, bored, tired, busy, or spending money. But that is not just assistance anymore. That is observation. That is spyware. And this is what I call the Siri creep. Not because I want you scared of your phone. I do not teach panic. I teach stewardship. But I need you to stop handling or handing your whole digital house a key just because the button is green by default. I need you to shut it down. A lot of these settings are tucked away quietly, and I'm gonna show you how to get them untucked, baby. All right. They are not screaming at you. They're hidden and they're getting better and better and better. It's like how you try to unsubscribe from that website that just keeps spamming you with emails and they gray it out or make it tiny enough. And every time you say, I know I unsubscribe from this thing. And lo and behold, if I told you all the tricks that they use in campaign marketing, it's grotesque. They're doing the same thing with these permissions that you are quietly giving them. All right. They are not making big announcements. They are just sitting there, turned on, learning, suggesting, showing, listening, notifying, and connecting behavior across your device. And more people I'll say most people never check. That is the part that bothers me because we are moving into an era, we're in AI era where every company wants context. They want patterns. They want behavior. They want convenience data. They want to know how you move across your digital life so their systems can become smarter, more predictive, more personal, and more embedded. This is an invasion. This is an invasion. Do you understand? We are being taken over. And I pray we can shut this down. Okay. So you're going to start by being a steward over your phone. So today we are not doing conspiracy because you know I like the conspiracies. All right. We are doing cleanup. I have deemed myself a professional small business cleanup. I'm a manager cleanup. I literally hold a bunch of digital cleanup classes, crypto cleanup, portfolio cleanup. We got to clean up the cleanup. Why? Because our lives are a mess and they're full of clutter, and digital clutter is just as bad as walking into a house full of roaches and an infestation of mice and rats. Okay. We need to get up in that shed. We need to get up in it. All right. We need to organize our digital lives. Whether you like it or not. Oh, I don't do nothing on the phone. I beg your pardon. Yes, you do. You and let me tell you how I know you do, because they want every aspect of you in your phone. That it was one of the greatest spy devices ever created. So we are going into the settings. We are going to Siri. I'm going to walk you through this. I did put it in the community. So if you want to sit on it for a little bit, I did put it in the community. But in these slides, I put some extra details in these slides that I'm going to show you, which is basically the same slides, but I'm going to give commentary. I'm gonna give a little extra commentary, all right? But some people they like to see the visual. Some people may want to ask some live questions. So for you all, as promised, I said I was gonna go over this, and here we are. So we are going into the app access. We are going into app clips. We are going app by app if we have to. And we are turning off anything that gives Siri permissions to learn, suggest, show, listen, notify, or personalize based on our behavior. You know what? If anyone in our lives did this, we would have them arrested for stalking. You would get a protective order against anyone that did surveillance like these bastards. You understand me? I need you to get serious. I need you to have righteous indignation about what is going down. The rule is simple. Green means it is active. Gray means you shut the door. And today we are making it gray. So I want to welcome you over here to CEO DRIVEHER. We won't be long. We're going to go through each one of these. All right. And I think you're going to enjoy it. And this is and if you don't have an Apple, I want you, and you have like an Android, I'm not an Android person. You know how us Apple people are, but I want you to find its equivalents because Google is doing the same to you. I don't have Google on my phone whatsoever. Okay. I do, for some reason, I still have my Google because of my business. I have on one of my phones, my Google Calendar on there because my emailing service is through Google. But outside of that, I don't use Google Drive. I don't use their browser. I don't use nothing Google because they're actually worse off than anyone else. All right. Siri is not just this little voice, y'all. You got to understand it. All right. It has, I call it, of course, Siri creep, but I also say that they're building their Apple intelligence by way of proxy. All right. So Siri AI first, let me tell you the layer of Apple right now. And this is coming from a person who had an infectious love for Apple for decades. I've always been an Apple fan, and now that's coming to an end. But not enough that I'll go over to like a HP or Android. No. However, you have layer. Okay. You have layer. You have Apple Intelligence. That's the big AI system and brand. That is what they're building. If you know anything about AI is basically everyone's building their own super brain. And so it's only as strong as the data that is fed into it. Now, Apple has figured out, because they're behind the ball on this, they can just collect the data rapidly that OpenAI and so many other people have been easily getting. They're just getting it in a different way. Siri AI. Okay, you have Siri AI is what's new. This is the assistant interface people interact with. And so, of course, they're making it like, oh, this is an assistant. This is going to do this. Well, this is why I told you yesterday how they was hiding ChatGPT, because they've been reading my data. They know I use it as an assistant. I have AI agents. I have bots. I have all these different things that I use with my business account. I have a business account with OpenAI. Okay, I'm paying big dollars for mine because I run many of my businesses off of my business account. All right. So they know that. And so what they've done, they've hidden that data. They hit literally, y'all. I'm not playing. I said, are you serious? It's not going to make me go over to Apple Intelligence. Oh, no. If anything, it just lit a fire underneath me even more. Then we have app access personal context. This is the plumbing that lets it understand your messages, emails, photos, apps, screen, and actions. And this is why, and I've been telling you all for years, get your stuff out of the cloud. Do not pay for cloud storage whatsoever. And they will find ways to backdoor. You know how they're able to find other accounts? This happened to me years ago. They're able to find other accounts because they're reading your data. They know other banking accounts. And so if you ever gotta purchase anything off of Apple or in the App Store, or you pay a subscription on your phone for a particular app, even if you have an Android, always go to the store and get the card and put the credits, put like $100 on that card, and then you make purchases for your card from your card. Um from your phone with that card. Never put your banking information in your phone. Never put you know how they got the with the wallet, do not put nothing in your wallet. You will be fine. I don't you got to Are y'all crazy? Do not put wallets on your phone where, oh, I could just pay with Apple Pay. I beg your pardon. Don't do it. Don't do it, y'all. Okay? Don't do it. Apple says Siri AI can use personal context understanding to search across messages, emails, photos, and more, and can take action, listen, and can take action across apps through more system-wide app actions. So your so I need y'all to understand that this is a default setting if you have it. I forgot to tell y'all, this is not just for your phone. I'm showing you on your phone, but if you have an iPad, if you have a Mac like I do, if you have an a MacBook like I do, I have app y'all. I am Apple down. Okay, like they say, Gucci down. I'm Apple down. I got rid of my Apple Watch years ago. I refused to wear that thing. I think it literally was making me severely sick. I don't wear it. That's my opinion. Okay, I'm just saying. Um, I don't do the earbuds at all. I strongly suggest do not use those earbuds. I could get into that another day, but do not use those expensive $300. I was the dumb buying them at one point. I had the smaller set, the first, like second generation up to the fifth generation of them things. Don't use it. Don't use it whatsoever. Okay. They're horrible and they do a number of different things. Okay. So Apple Intelligence. Let's go ahead and get into this, right? So I'll move my face out the way so make it, there we go. Put that more center. And hey, you all that's here in the live, if you have any questions, let me know. So right here, I did a carousel. I put the carousel in the community post. So if you want to screenshot it or you want to share it, you're more than welcome to do that. Just screenshot it. You can feed it into your own bot, or you can share it with other people if they're not on YouTube or something like that. So right here, you see, if you go into we're not going to do it just yet, but you see this is where did this because I had another phone. I forgot. So remember the other day, well, yesterday I was telling you all like, hey, I done turned off all my settings and do. And then I looked at another phone. I said, wait a minute, did I do YouTube? Because I got a bunch of business lines. So I got a bunch of Apple phones. And I said, I don't think I did this one. And this is why you'll see some of the screens are dark and some of them are blackout, because I do my stuff in dark mode. FYI, do mark dark mode is great for your circadian rhythm. Limit the blue light that comes from your phone. Just a little FYI, it's messing up your mitochondria if you don't. Okay. Don't get me started on that. Okay. But dim your phone screen as much as possible. Okay. Now, now I want you to see something right here, right? So I screenshotted this screen and you see where it says it's off, but check this out. Press side button for Siri. Guess what? It's not really off. It's not really off. You see what says iPhone will not listen for Siri or Hey Siri at the beginning of request. However, if I press side button for Siri, this was still green. I was like, wait a minute, it's off, but why is it still green? So what I can do, I could still, remember I told you they never shut off the phone. Your phone could be dead, but your phone is still on. Yeah, that's the same thing here. So you could say, Hey Siri, and then Siri go, huh? Huh? Right? And so and that's if you hit the side button. All right? So even though you think it's off, these are the tricks that they play. You want this off, but you also want this grayed out. Are we tracking? Okay. Uh-oh, where we at? Oh, I'm trying to roll down. Now, I put this in here because I wanted to show you. So I hope that thing that says slide 3 is not covering. It looked like it's covering on my end. I hope it's not covering in live. This is terrifying. This is what I want to show you. This is an area before we get into shutting everything down. You see where it says this? When you go into your apps, it literally says learn from this app. When it says learn from this app, this is Apple Intelligence. This is Apple Intelligence. So you're giving by default, it's in the green. Okay. What we say earlier, if it's green, it's on. Okay. If it's gray, it's off. So it says allow Siri to learn from how to use Audible. Now this was from my Audible app. I have the Audible. I don't use Audible, but I'm not throwing away the app because I bought. If you know me, I got tons of books. I got digital books and I got physical books. And I'm like, well, I'm not getting rid of my digital books, even though they probably done changed them, right? I tell people do not get Audible books and don't get digital books as far as the kind that stays on their server because they can do updates and change them. So it says, excuse me, I'm so sorry. To make suggestions across apps. So it's saying we want access to Audible. And what if you allow this to stay on, guess what? They figure out what kind of books you like. Okay. If you like nasty books, religious books, if you like anime, if you like mystery or espionage or whatever, okay, romantic novels, it's building a profile off of you. And remember, anytime they steal data off of you, they're selling your data and they're gonna weaponize it against you. Then you have suggestions. It's just show on home screen. No, we want that off. Suggest app. We want that off. Now you see this down here. It says allow suggestions and content from Audible in shortcuts for the app to appear in search, in widgets, and as notifications. These suggestions and shortcuts are used on now I don't know on how you use your app. So they're telling you I think legally they have to give you this disclaimer. Okay. So there's that. So if we go to the next one, now this one is scary. Learn from app clips. Allow Siri to learn from how you use app clips to make suggestions across apps. Again, they're building a profile on you. You see how this is green? We want all this grayed out. Allow search and shortcuts to show app clips. App clip suggestions are based on your location. I beg your pardon. Okay. All right. You see where we're going here. Okay. Now, right here, this is the screenshot when you go into settings and you click on Siri. This is the first screen you're going to see. It says Siri. Siri is an intelligent assistant. Oh, is it? It's an intelligent assistant that helps you find information and get things done. I beg your pardon. No. No one ever reads this learn more part. And remember when I was telling you all, when you want to do the learn more, you want to click on it, scan everything and put it in your bot. Now I would do that live, but that would turn into something else. I would use my bot. Maybe in another live, I'll do that. I don't want this live to be no more than 30 minutes or so. And so I'll do an example of that at a later date. But you want to open this up. That's just if you use a bot. I do. I use OpenAI and I've built certain bots like a lawyer bot and everything. And I will have it analyze this learn more part. I will scan all the information, like highlight all the details. Once I highlight it, I have my bot break it down. What are the fault lines? What are they doing? What do I need to know? What legal recourse could be taken? Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start off. Now, this is going to be fast, okay? And if you need to stop it, stop. If you have an iPhone and your Mac, it's the same thing, y'all. You could do it on your anything across your Apple devices. And it's basically, I have almost every Apple model there is, and I did this across multiple devices. I did not have a problem. I tried to point to certain things so that I did this all manually. Okay, I took screen. You can see Here's my account. It says Kimberly Bradley. So this is me. Okay? This is me. All right. So what you're going to do, you're going to start here. You're going to go to settings, right? When you go to settings and it says this is the main control room, right? So when you go on your phone, go to settings, start here before checking individual apps. Don't jump ahead. Do this first, okay? So this was the first screen, and then when I scroll down after general and what have you, I turned off my Wi-Fi, y'all, because I didn't want y'all to know my Wi-Fi where I live. Okay, so I turned off my Wi-Fi. But I don't have data. I'm sorry, I don't have a data plan, so I use Wi-Fi on my phones because I just have talk and text. So most of the time, my phone is on Wi-Fi in my own home. Okay, so what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna scroll down and you see where the Apple Intelligence is, where it says Siri. You're gonna click on that. Okay, you're gonna click on that. Okay. So, right on the second part is check talk to Siri. So right here, right? So you're going to tap on talk to Siri. You're going to choose off. This is what I did. It's circle. If you do not want your phone listening for Siri or Hey Siri, you turn it off. Now, if you want that, that's cool. All right. And for some of you all that's like, oh, this has nothing to do with me. I have an Android. I'm gonna let you know something. All right. This got everything to do with you because your Android is doing the same thing. Okay. It's doing the same thing. All right. And so you got to see how they use their tactics. So you want to turn it off. And then you see how this is grayed out now. Earlier, this is the same one that we did up here. Let me go back. Remember this? It's off, but this was green. We now have grayed it out. It's just in dark mode. Okay. So you want this off and you want this in dark mode. I'm sorry, grayed out. So the side button, remember we turned that off, right? So where it says press side button for Siri, make sure that's not green, that it is grayed out. Grayed out. Okay. So now check Siri suggestions. So Siri has when you open it, it's going to have a lot of suggestions. So these settings affect what Apple can suggest in search, sharing, Apple library, notifications, and listening prompts. Make them all grayed out. So you see where it says suggest apps before screening. I mean, it's before searching. Like in this one, it's grayed out. So it was green, we grayed it out. Allow notifications, grayed out. Show an app library, grayed out. Show when sharing, grayed out. Show listening suggestions. Okay. And read the bottom. It says Apple can make suggestions in search or home screen and lock screen when sharing or when you may want to listen to media. I don't need that. I'm an adult. You want all this grayed out. Okay. So on my one phone, this was still open. I grayed it all out. Clips can learn too. So check app clips. So when you go in, when you scroll down, let me show you where. Remember on here? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, when you go into Siri, it's going to have a bunch more little places that's going to make suggestions. Oh, right here. I'm sorry. So you see where it says Siri app access. This next page is the second part of that. Is this right here, Siri app access. So do y'all see that? So I just enlarged it, but this is on the same page, on the Siri page. Below this information is this. Now, most people would look past this and say, oh, okay, app clips, whatever, and apps. No, you want to click on both of these. When you click into app clips, you're going to turn everything off. You see, you're going to turn everything off. Where it says learn from app clips, you're going to turn it off. Where it says show and search, you're going to turn it off. Where it says suggest app clips, you're going to turn it off. And sometimes it differ. Okay. All right. Sometimes it differ. Okay. And so when it differs, just turn it all off. Okay. Because different apps have different have different labels. So this is where it's at. Once you click on the individual app settings, okay, and it says individual apps right here. You see that? Apps. It's going to itemize your apps. Okay. So learn from this app, show on the home screen, suggest app. When you click into the app store, let me show you what's going to happen. Now you see these are mine. Okay. You see my Coinbase, you see my Chat GPT, you see all this. And I had, now this is going to be the longest part because you have to go into every, Apple did this where they make you go into every app and turn it off. So you can turn all those other things off, but if you don't manually go into every app where these arrows are and turn it off, guess what? It's still active. So you see this right here? You see how this says Audible. So whenever this is one of the apps, it's Audible. So this was three down, the third one down. Okay. I still had to manually go into Audible. And you say where it says learn, you see it says learn from this app, we're going to shut it off. You see where it says show on home screen, we're going to shut it off. You see where it says suggest app, we're going to shut it off. Okay? We're going to shut it off. You know why, Alicia? Because you can tell people who have Apple, you can tell them this, hey, when you see someone in your family or whatever got an Apple device and they want to talk about how they hate AI and or they're not worried about it because that, they do everything on a phone, you'll be able to show them, hey, this is what's going on in the background of your phone. Shut it off now because it's a spy device. It's not just social media, it's everything that's on your phone. Okay. So you see, you're going to check everything. So shopping, audio, finance, health, maps, social media, even the dang weather, y'all. You have to listen from a person that's in tech. I'm telling you, every keystroke, that is data. How long, you know how they show you the hours that was spent on your device and they give you a report at the end of the week? That's data. All of this is data. Okay. This is data. And so it's powerful. Now, someone like me that have a law enforcement background who observed and report, you have no idea until you see this is, I would dare to say that data is a trillion or quadrillion dollar industry. And it's an underground industry. Okay. So you can act like and be like, oh, this is not a big deal. I have an Android or my Apple's not doing all that. Okay. And then when the police come knocking on your door or asking you questions or you get debanked, which has literally happened because your data is in systems where they're flagging you. They're flagging you. They was doing this over a decade ago with certain things. Now it's on a whole nother level. So there's another little area, and I didn't do a screen on it, but if you have a history with Siri, you want to make sure up here at the top where it says Siri in Dictation History, you want to delete that history. Delete it, okay? This is not panic. This is phone stewardship. I want you to slow down, check the settings, okay? Decide what your phone is allowed to learn, which should be nothing. You don't need your phone learning you. You don't. Get the apps off of your phone. Now, I will admit I do have YouTube on my phone and I have X on my phone, but I have a lot of things blocked as well. Those are the only two social media apps. I'm not even on any other social media platforms, so I'm not too worried about that. At least I'm not active on any, but you want to turn these things off. You want them grayed out as much as possible. Okay. Again, you can go into the you can go into the what we call it. What's that thing called? The community. You could go into the community if you like and go ahead and just download screenshot or what have you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my other little thing over here, but it's not showing. So, okay, I guess that's not there no more. Thought it was there. Why is it looking like this? Oh, I know why. Never mind. I think. So that's it, you all. I didn't want to take up any, a whole lot of your time. I just know some people wanted this from yesterday. Let me close this out. I know some people wanted this from yesterday, and I wanted to be able to give them some information on how they could put that right back there, on how they could. Oh, there we go. How they could go ahead and get this going in their phones. And what I'll do, because, and here's the thing, if you know, I do a lot with um, helping business owners. I do a lot with businesses, micro businesses. Okay. And we have to protect our data, we have to protect our ecosystem. And so it's not just your personal information. I'm looking at this from a lot of us now. You do your banking on your phone. We're running our portfolios off of our phone. We have cryptos on our phone. We're accessing code wallets on our phone. We're accessing Charles Schwab on our phones. People are doing, stock trades on their phones. People are updating or uploading medical information, all these different things, and sending it, and they have Dropbox. All this stuff is on our phone. When you're clicking in, opening up emails, responding to emails or whatever, and you think it's private, no, it's not private. They've impeded on our privacy. And so I want you all to be able to identify that, to shut it down, and be able to protect yourself. Because do y'all see what I seen some more Oxy, I think her name is Mogul. She's in the UK. I have a couple of clients that's in the UK, as a matter of fact. And what was terrifying is, even today, I seen what they're doing over is the Netherlands, UK, and it's, I think, Sweden and Germany. And now you have to, for you to be able to use social media, you have to upload your ID. It is totally a police state at this point. It's disgusting. It's a police state. They're saying it's to protect children, but children they're just gonna get VPNs and backdoor it. This is a way for them to monitor you. You know, people are getting locked up for years in the UK because they speak out against the government, or the parliament, and so forth. And so we're seeing this technocracy play out in other countries. And they was already, no, I'm sorry, they already tried to do that. I was the victim of this when COVID happened. And what they did, I got, my Instagram got shut down, my YouTube got shut down, I got deplatformed. People were getting debanked. If you voted for Trump, and his children got debanked from JP Morgan and Chase. They're under federal indictment right now, or investigation, because of when they was debanking people. They was debanking Republicans and MAGA folks, all because they were MAGA, they were Trumpers. And so you may think this is light today. It's not. And just because it may happen to the people you don't like doesn't make it right. Because you now got to understand, whatever they're allowed to happen to people freely, just because you disagree with them doesn't mean it's not going to happen to you. We've seen this with COVID. We see, if you was an anti-vaxxer, if you was an election denier, if you was very vocal about things. I was all of those things. And let me tell you something. Just dealing with online and dealing with people, was a case study in itself. But how you get targeted, and now they can really hone in on you. Okay. People, look at how people are being, I don't even think it's beyond cancel culture. You say something online, people have to scrub their whole life. I have a whole process on de-googling. um I don't think I've said it with my people in Bank Yourself, which we have tomorrow, but we've talked about this. You know, you want to de-Google yourself as much as you can. Scrub your data off of the internet. Trust me, you want the least amount of a digital footprint as possible. And people who think that they have private lives, but they're still using cell phones, are deceived. Your phone is literally your FBI agent or your CIA handler, walking in your pocket, walking with you in your pocket every day. That's not even but if I said that 10 years ago, people would say you was crazy. There's a conspiracy theory. No, it's factual. It's factual. Okay. We're so serious about it. And some of my people that been in some of my asset management classes and what have you, we do certain things on a whole nother device. Okay. We do a lot of our stuff on what we call air gap devices so that these things very rarely do they even touch the internet or you only operate. Y'all have to understand there was a time when you got a computer and it actually never connected to the internet. Can you believe that? Who remembers that? I remember getting a computer. It was a HP. It was a huge HP. I had got it off of Home Shopping Network. It was a big clunky thing. And it never you literally had to have a what ethernet type of thing and plug it in, but you had it, you got your software, you did your documents on it, then you saved those documents and put it on a thumb drive, and then if you need to print something out you did that. But your computer wasn't for games, your computer wasn't for apps. Your computer, which is you got to be careful on your computer, get these apps off your computer. If you want to use a really good browser, use Brave. It bypasses a lot of these Google things that Google is trying to do, for people who's bypassing a lot of the spyware. I do not use Google Chrome. Get it off of your devices as much as possible. Do not set it up if you do have it. Don't let it be set as a default browser. Okay, use something like Brave. I actually use ChatGPT's Copilot browser. I actually like it. So yeah, so that's it. I don't want to talk too much. It was good talking to you all. Hopefully this helps you clear some things up and start digitally cleaning out your cell phones and your computers. All right, take care.